Our Shashtanga pranams to Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Ma and Swamiji, and our heartfelt gratitude and pranams to revered Maharaj. We are starting our next session on the discussion of Swami Vivekananda's lecture from Colombo to Almora. We are using the book of 33rd reprint, June 2011, and we will be starting this the reply to the address of welcome at Madras, this lecture. So shall I start reading the address?
Yeah, but the whole thing is their presentation, isn't it?
Yes.
So Swamiji's address is last one para, that's all.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you can read that one para, yeah.
Okay. And okay. Man proposes and God disposes. It was proposed that the addresses and the replies should be carried in the English fashion. But here God disposes. I am speaking to a scattered audience from a chariot in the Gita fashion. Thankful we are, therefore, that it should have happened so. It gives a zest to the speech and strength to what I am going to tell you. I do not know whether my voice will reach all of you, but I will try my best. I never before had an opportunity of addressing a large open air meeting. The wonderful kindness, the fervent and enthusiastic joy with which I have been received from Colombo to Madras and seem likely to be received all over India have passed even my most sanguine expectation, but that only makes me glad, for it proves the assertion which I have made again and again in the past, that as each nation has one ideal as its vitality, as each nation has one particular groove which is to become its own, so religion is a peculiarity of the growth of the Indian mind. In other parts of the world, religion is one of the many considerations. In fact, it is a minor occupation. In England, for instance, okay, the page number is 117. In England, for instance, religion is part of the national policy. The English church belongs to the ruling class, and as such, whether they believe in it or not, they all support it, thinking that it is their church. Every gentleman and every lady is expected to belong to that church. It is a sign of gentility. So, with other countries, there is a great national power. Either it is represented by politics or it is represented by some intellectual pursuits. Either it is represented by militarism or by commercialism. There the heart of nation beats, and religion is one of the many secondary ornamental things which that nation possesses. Shall I continue, March?
No, you can discuss now, yeah. So, yeah, so what did you understand from this para?
So here Swamiji is looking at the large gathering of crowd. Swamiji says that what he believed and what he preached, that religion is the backbone of India, that is true. And in other Western countries, religion is just a secondary thing. They have some other things, either political or commercial, which is most important for them.
Yes. Any other answers from the people? Okay. See, the first and foremost opening sentence statement of Swamiji, man proposes and God disposes. We all know that. Amra Shabai Janiye. So we all know this. But this is called prasada buddhi. Prasada buddhi means whatever it comes, I accept with equanimity. যা অসুবিধা হোক ভালো হোক দুটোই আমি সমানভাবে আমি স্বীকার করতে পারি. So if you see in all the great people's life, in Sri Ramakrishna's life, he was also harassed by one of the priests. He accepted it. And at the same time, Mathur, Rani Rasmani, they showed so much love for him, respect towards him. He accepted it in an equanimous way. When Mathur was showing the respect, his ego didn't get blocked. দেখো আমি কত বড় মানুষ, মথুরনাথ বিশ্বাস আমাকে যে বড় জমিদার আমাকে ভালোবাসে এরকম আলোচনা করেনি. He didn't think like that. And someone is scolding, some Tom, Dick and Harry, they were criticizing Sri Ramakrishna, Pagla Chatterjee এরকম বলে, পাগলা পূজারি বলে, কিন্তু এটা শুনে ও ইনফিরিয়রিটি কমপ্লেক্সে যায়নি কেন. Is it egoistic? No. It is accepting both the things in a equanimous way. This is called prasada buddhi. When we do karma yoga for long time, or when we become true devotees, ওই সময় আমরা এই প্রসাদ বুদ্ধি হয়ে যায়. আমাদের অনেক সাধুদের দেখেছি, ভক্তদেরকে দেখেছি, ওরা অনেক অসুবিধাগুলো হয়, অনেক সময় ওরা স্বীকার করে, আর কিছু সময় ওরা এরকম কেন হচ্ছে, আমি কিন্তু ভুল করিনি, আমি ভালো করেছি, আমুক তামুক বলতে থাকে. কিন্তু আসল ভক্ত, আসল সাধু, ঠিক আছে, এটা ঠাকুরের ইচ্ছা ছিল, মায়ের ইচ্ছা, মায়ের কৃপা, যেভাবে এসছে যেভাবে এসছে এভাবে আমি স্বীকার করতে চাইবো. I will try to accept as it is. This is what called prasada buddhi. So whether favorable circumstances, unfavorable circumstances, I shall accept both. Whether I am praised or I am blamed, I shall accept both in an equanimous way. This is Swamiji's statement. Man proposes and God disposes. He is not disturbed. So many people came and have come here to give a lecture and things have gone out of control. You could have told to the organizers, or you would have thought over and you could have arranged the program properly. Or he could have blotted his ego to see to me or to listen to me. So many people have come. He would have felt his egoistic, but he also didn't express any of these ideas. Rather, just he's taking that whatever happens, let it so happen, and he's accepting with the equanimous mind. So this is one of the Sthita Prajna's Lakshana. We all speak of Swamiji's Karma Yoga, Swamiji's patriotism and all, but Swamiji was the true yogi. So this is one of the life lessons for us to understand. The things might come here and there, hither and thither, we have to accept it. So every day we try to do japa, meditation, kathamrut part. এসব করতে করতে এই প্রসাদ বুদ্ধি আমরা পেতে হবে. We should try to get this prasada buddhi, equanimous. It is not the it is not the state of dullness. Rather, it is the state of going beyond, transcending the things. And some is telling, and at the same time is not telling, oh, you have come so many people. See, because people are liking me. People are happy about my lecture. I am such a great orator, so hundreds of people have come. Swami is not telling. Rather, he is telling that because the India's center, India's core is religion, spirituality, and people get attracted towards it, being Indian, and so many people have come. So he is attributing for the large gathering because of the India's nature, Bharat's nature, not because of him. Again, this is one of the life lessons, great lesson for all of us to understand, to accept. আমরা শুনেছি মানে বড়দের সঙ্গে যে মহারাজ এটা খুব ভালো হলো, মহারাজ আপনি ভালো করলেন। না বাবা, এটা ঠাকুরের কৃপাতে হলো, মায়ের কৃপাতে হলো, গুরুদেবের কৃপাতে হলো। But what we do generally, we may say, but inside in the heart of heart, তুমি জানো আমি কি করতে পারি? Do you know what I can do? How much I can do? Either we may say or we may not say. We expect that people should say that. People should praise. People should recognize my work. People should recognize my contribution. আমি কত টাকা দিয়েছি, আমাকে এরকম করে দিয়েছে ওরা। So we are expecting. That's okay. and any problem happens, then he said, Ki kora jai, Thakure Richa. So when good things happen, it is because of me. And when bad things happen, it is Thakure Richa, Maya Richa, or Kapal. So very conveniently, we switch over between Thakure Richa, Amade Richa. But Swamiji here, no. Everything is telling, everything is not taking the... Rather, he does other way. When good things happening, it is because of my Gurudev. And any bad thing happened, it is because of me. See, the just contra opposite between Swamiji, Sthita Prajna, and a common person or ignorant person like us. So these small things, if you can recognize, if you can study, and if you can understand, then it will help us to practice our life and build the right attitudes. That's what I want to say. And again, Swami is telling very clearly why so many people have come to listen to me. It is because the core of India is what? Religion. A religion means spirituality. And other countries, they have got either politics or military or economics, that's money. So it is their nerve center. Our India's nerve center is what? Spirituality. And we have seen so many acharyas have come, saints have come, prophets have come, and so many temples we are having. All these things, why? Because our country's center is what? Spirituality. We should understand and we should try to put into practice and we should try to spread this great idea. All right.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, you can read it.
Here in India, it is religion that forms the very core of the national heart. It is the backbone, the bedrock, the foundation upon which the national edifice has been built. Politics, power, and even intellect form a secondary consideration here. Religion, therefore, is the one consideration in India. I have been told 100 times of the want of information there is among the masses of Indian people, and that is true. Landing in Colombo, I found not one of them had heard of the political upheavals going on in Europe, the changes, the downfall of ministries, and so forth. Not one of them had heard of what is meant by socialism and anarchism, and of this and that change in the political atmosphere of Europe. But that there was a sannyasin from India sent over to the Parliament of Religions, and that he had achieved some sort of success had become known to every man, woman, and child in Ceylon. It proves that there is no lack of information nor lack of desire for information where it is of the character that suits them, when it falls in line with the necessities of their life. Politics and all these things never formed a necessity of Indian life, but religion and spirituality have been the one condition upon which it lived and thrived and has got to live in the future. So, the lack of knowledge is not, lack of information is not because, it is because of the interest. Where there is interest among the common people, they have the information what is necessary. So for them, since religion is the most, means it is the backbone of India, so even the common people.
Chandani, sorry. Again and again I tell you, we should not explain. We should give the gist here.
So this is the thing that
there is no lack of information. When you got interest, you get it.
Yes.
And India's backbone is spirituality. Only 2 points of this whole gist. Sorry, এরকম বললে মানে লোকের রিজিস্টার করতে সুবিধা হবে, এটাই বলতে চাইছি। When discussions come, we can explain all these things. But when we go for making notes or trying to understand the gist of the paragraph, we should try to put as much as simple and straightforward. That is what my understanding of studies. Yeah, bolo, ekon bolo.
So that is the thing. There is no lack of information where there is the interest of common people, and the interest is in religion, not in politics or other things.
Yes. So अन्यरू बोलते पारे जा जकुम अपनारा सुनचेन किचु अन्यो information अन्यो किचु लागले अपनार बोलते पारे. Others also can participate in this discussions.
The priority is actually the Indian people because of it's basically it's heading for the priority is for the religion-based information rather than other sort of information. That is the first thing, and that's how they were at this one place they do not know what is happening in Europe, the ministry is falling and etc. But some Hindus sannyasi has gone to America and achieved success. That is everybody is taking interest. So what Swamiji is trying to say is that backbone of Indian culture is religion.
One more thing, Maharaj, Swamiji is stating about himself that some sort of success. Here Swamiji is humbleness.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So these things already we have discussed quite a number of times in earlier lectures. So I will not be going to discuss, but only I feel personally at this given point of time, if you see today's India, probably Swamiji would not have made this statement. Because today I think the Indians are much more informed and interested in politics and economics. If not economics to the deeper level, at least they are all interested. What is happening in India, what is happening in Iran, what is happening in Iraq, what is happening in America. In politics especially, I think, if not to complete details, I don't know, a common person is interested and is aware of these things. That's what I feel. And unfortunately, they do not know about religion today. They do not know about their tutelary deity. They don't know about their practices which they do in their own house, and about their religion, about their culture. They do not know, unfortunately. Many times people have said, "Oh Swami, no one told us about Gita. No one told us about Vedas, Upanishads." That is the reason we didn't understand. I asked them, many of them who come from India and settled here, I said, "Who told you to come to India? Who did guide you?" "Oh, I wanted to go outside, so I tried, I Googled, I asked people." I said, "Exactly, because you were interested to make money, you were interested to have a better life, you were interested to go out of the country, so you went in search of it. It is not that the information came to your doorstep like a door service, courier service. So if you were interested really in Hinduism or in spirituality or in scriptures, you could have gone in search of it, you would have got it." So many times our people say, "Oh, no one said about Thakur Swamiji. No one said about Gita. No one said about Upanishads. Arey, if I had known little early, I would have become better person." আরেকটা বলে লোক মহারাজ যদি আপনার মতো আমাদের যুবকের সময় এগুলো যদি পেতাম আমি আপনার মতো সন্ন্যাসী হয়ে যেতাম। Who said it was available? In fact, when I joined in Alsur, Bangalore, Alsur Math, because neither I knew nor my parents also knew. Because my parents also had visited quite a few ashramas. So when I was absconding from the house, they asked one or two friends' house, they called, and afterwards, they didn't call anywhere. They started calling all ashramas. In which ashrama this fellow has gone and hiding himself. Anyway, they knew my nature. So finally, after 15 days, somehow they came to know that I am in Alsur Ashram, then they came. And one of my uncle was asking, though they are staying in Bangalore, they never knew Alsur Ashram. You said you are coming from such a long distance, and how did you come to know about Alsur Ramakrishna Math? I said, of course, I didn't know that, no doubt, before that. Now, because I left my home to join the order, so just I wanted to join, and Thakur showed me the path, and somehow I came to know about Alsur Ashram, I joined. I was saying, how was it possible? Because I was here and I didn't know that you knew this. I said, see, you come from Andhra Pradesh and you have settled here doing business. Who showed you that if you come to Bangalore and you can do well? Someone guided me. Why did they guide you? Because I was interested. I said, exactly. Because I was interested in spiritual life, someone guided me, or Guru guided me, God guided me through someone so that I could join the monastery. So when we have, as Swami tells very beautifully this one, when we have got interest, we get information, we can get informations. Many times they tell, After 10 years, we get some doubts when questions, and when we meet some monks, Maharaj, erukum dhyanashrama, japyashrama erukum hocche keno? কি করতে হবে এই অসুবিধা হচ্ছে কি করতে হবে এটা অমুক করো তমুক করো যদি আমরা বলি মহারাজ একটা গুরুদেব উপাসনার সময় এসব বলতেন খুব ভালো হতো আরে বাবা Guru might have told this because at that time that maturity we didn't have, so we didn't register. Or even if we are told, if we have remembered, until otherwise the problem comes, we don't remember them and we don't feel the relevance, we don't feel the importance. So the interest is quite important. Wherever interest lies, there we collect the information. And not only that, our mind gets tuned to it. You yourself you can make a very, this is for sadhakas very important. If we are negative in our nature in the sense mentally, we are pessimistic in nature, slowly we connect to such people only. Who are always criticizing, who are always saying the world is not right, he is not right, she is not right and all. If we are optimistic in nature, we are positive in nature, strongly I used to say, this both of them will be there in every one of us. What is strong in us? If you are optimistic, positive more and more in your life, slowly you will get disassociated, or you will get you will keep minimum relationship with this negative mindset people, and slowly you will get connected with the right mindset people or positive mindset people. Why? Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As my thoughts, so my mind and so my nature, so I start getting attractions, such type of people, such natured people. If, for example, you start deeply thinking about Thakur Swamiji, practicing spiritual life, you can see very well. Either physically, maybe you will meet some people, or through internet, or through WhatsApp, or through Facebook, somewhere you meet such interested people. Either in Thakur Swamiji, or in Gita, or Upanishads, or Bhagavatam, or basically in spirituality. So when we become strongly spiritual oriented people, slowly we will get connected spiritual centered people, spiritual natured people. If not, we should connect, no doubt. All the time we can't think of Thakur Swamiji all the time. It is not possible for us, though we wish. Then what to do? Rest of the time, after doing work, we should connect to the holy company. Some good devotees company we should have friendship, so that where we can discuss about Thakur Swamiji and Shastra, scriptures and some other things. So that our time and our conversation will be in a constructive nature, not the destructive nature. Otherwise, we may land up in Paraminda Paracharcha. We may land up in discussing about unnecessary things, unwanted things, about some others, or about society, about family, about individuals and all, which is not necessary. And Mahapurush Maharaj says that Paraminda Paracharcha can bring a great harm to our spiritual life. We should be careful about it. All right.
Two great problems are being decided by the nations of the world. India has taken up one side and the rest of the world has taken the other side. And the problem is this: who is to survive? What makes one nation survive and the other die? Should love survive or hatred? Should enjoyment survive or renunciation? Should matter survive or the spirit in the struggle of life? We think as our ancestors did way back in prehistoric ages, where even tradition cannot pierce the gloom of that past. There our glorious ancestors have taken up their side of the problem and have thrown the challenge to the world. Our solution is renunciation, giving up, fearlessness and love. These are the fittest to survive. Giving up these senses makes a nation survive. As a proof of this, here is history today telling us of mushroom nations rising and falling almost every century, starting up from nothingness, making vicious play for a few days and then melting. This big gigantic race, which had to grapple with some of the greatest problems of misfortunes, dangers and vicissitudes, such as never fell upon the head of any other nations of the world, survives because it has taken the side of renunciation. For without renunciation, how can there be religion? Europe is trying to solve the other side of the problem as to how much a man can have, how much more power a man can possess by hook or by crook, by some means or other. Competition, cruel, cold, and heartless, is the law of Europe. Our law is caste, the breaking of competition, checking its forces, mitigating its cruelties, smoothing the passage of human soul through this mystery of life. So,
Yeah. So what do you understand?
So here there is a choice between there is the duality, the choice between the enjoyment or worldliness or the renunciation, that is discussed. And from time immemorial, our ancestors have always chosen the path of renunciation.
Yes. Any other points? Any other new points from others? All right. So Swamiji is making a very interesting point about it. See, Swamiji is telling very clearly the East and the West, though this type of differentiation is no more valid now, it is not accepted even. But Swamiji, from the Swamiji's point of view, there were two great problems always in the world. That is between matter versus spirit. Spirit means yourself, or matter versus consciousness. Now, some take matter, some took consciousness as important. The people who took matter serious, that doesn't mean that they neglected consciousness or spirituality. They included, but maybe as a secondary option or the tertiary option. Now, the West took the matter as an important thing. Matter in the sense, materialistic progress, military, politics, economics, structure of the society, structure of the country, structure of an organization, all these things. Whereas India has taken the latter ones, that is the spirit or spirituality. That is what Swamiji is telling very clear. And so they have taken the materialistic approach to solve the problem. What is the problem? Existence and are the most, sorry, at the bottom you can take, that is dukkha, suffering. How to end the suffering? Or how can I be happy at all times? This is the basic problem of a human life, if you see generally. One is happiness, the other is less of suffering, then the clothes and shelter, and at the most security. Security means security guard or security alarm. I am speaking. Security means protection. When I am in India, I am secure. My security is not in a stake. But if I stay in Syria or probably some such countries, my security is under stake actually. So for that problem, so West has taken materialistic approach by earning more, by having more and more life pursuits, life things and all, so I can be happy. That's where we see in the foreign and all, if you go, the cost of living and the way of living is much more better actually, no doubt. But at the same time, they have their own problems. People get carried over when they come here. Why it is happening? Now, for example, here also cold is there. Now, Kedar Himalayas like Simla, Kulu Manali, there is also cold. But here, because of this cold, slowly they developed heating. They developed the houses in such a way that the exchange of heat and cold will be minimal. And so many other things they developed. In India, still, we are not developed. We are still struggling or somehow we are managing with that. Why? Here, any problem comes, if any problem comes often, then they start thinking, why it is coming, how can we reduce it, how can we handle it? And they make a law, and they create a system, and they try to handle it. They try to minimize it, so that they can live happily, they can live peacefully, they can live comfortful life. That is their approach. For all that politics, military, economics, everything, they are using it. Now, why not Indians? They didn't do it. They did for certain extent, no doubt, but they didn't do too much. Why? Because their importance always was for spirit. That is the reason the wonderful philosophy, Vedantic philosophy has come. Even today, hundreds of scientists are spending a lot of time and money to find out what is consciousness, and they are unable to find it. There is a book, beautiful book called Hard Problem of Consciousness. And recently, it was suggested by one of the postdoc student who is in Vienna. He gave me a YouTube video where around 200 to 300, what do you say, ideas or the philosophies about consciousness exist, and all. He has beautifully cut. So they are spending hundreds of thousands of rupees and they are not able to tell what is consciousness. I fear whether they will be able to understand or go, because they are only revolving around the reflected consciousness. Whereas in our India, hundreds of years before, we have explained what is consciousness. Why? Because spirit-centered life, spiritual-centered life, we have done our countries. So this, when we understand, then we don't criticize India comparing America, comparing Europe or whatever. Because every nation has to contribute something. So our nation's contribution is what? Spiritual and knowledge. Now, last 200 years, 300 years, keeping in our mind, we should not compare. Earlier, we had a glorious life, no doubt. After some reasons, because of some petty reasons, we have gone back and we are going further now. That is all important. So, India's solution is what? Renunciation, giving up, fearlessness, love. And these are the ways to fittest to survive. And through this, we have survived. For 8 to 10 centuries, we have been ruled by some others, but still we survived. This itself is a testimony. If so many years it was ruled by someone else, by this time their culture, their language, everything would have been demolished, would have been removed. For example, Iran and Iraq. Iran, if you see, Iraq was Mesopotamia. Earlier there was a different civilizations, now you don't see. Then if you see the Turkey, earlier it was Constantinople, it was fully Christian religion. Now you don't find anything. Lebanon, which is one of the earlier Christian countries were there. Now if you go to Lebanon, you can't find even a seed of it. Like that we can keep on telling. So now, but our forefathers, they struggled, they fought for their country, for religion, for their temples and all. In spite of that, they also showed the love, renunciation, fearlessness and etc. As a result, we survived. So this is a time-tested truth. So when we have got a spiritual-centered life, we should not neglect the materialistic prosperity of the country and of the individual, no doubt. But the main thrust will be given to spiritual growth. That's what Swami Vivekananda means. And because of that, we have survived how? How can one survive with a minimal food or with a minimal things? Indians have been developed. Now the today poverty control and all things are coming now. The per capita income is all coming and they are trying to change. Now today present day youngsters and all, they want more. And both of them are working, both of them are getting salaries and all. But if not all, many of them feel it is not sufficient, it is not enough. And of all these things, are they happy? Are they not disturbed? If you see, I'm not undermining any of them, but both of them are working, both of them are well-to-do now, they have got enough money, gadgets, car, vehicle, everything, but many of the time, they are not happy. They are stressed out, the families are getting broken, divorces are becoming more and more, emotional problems are getting increased more and more. When all these things, if you analyze, then I think we are not able to handle our life properly or systematically. So, for something, we are neglecting the other important aspect of our life and we are paying the price. And I'm not saying that we should not work, we should not try for money, name and fame, power, position. Yes, we should try for all that, no doubt. But only that should not be the alpha and omega of the life. That's what we mean. That's what Swami just told here. Yeah.
Maharaj, last line, can you explain? Our law is caste, the breaking of competition, checking its forces, mitigating its cruelties, smoothing the passage of the human soul through this mystery of life. Caste means what is trying to.
Yeah, so I think it needs a good amount of understanding. When the moment we say casteism, because a lot of negative things has been done there, no doubt, and a lot of negative things also has happened in the name of the caste and all. Now, if you ask, is there any link between religion and caste? No. No Vedas or our scriptures have not given this caste system at all. This caste system was a social institution. And social institution which was done, now for example, a person was doing pottery. His son or daughter was doing pottery. and their family were doing the pottery thing. So slowly it developed. And a person from the pottery, if he brings a bride from the goldsmith house, definitely he or she will not be helpful for me. If he brings the bride from the pottery's house, then definitely it will be easy for their family's work. For example, a priest brings a bride from the pottery's house, then she will not be able to help their what do you say, their customs and practices. So bringing a girl from the Brahmin family, that would have been better. So in this way, this out of necessity, this systems developed. But afterwards, unfortunately, it became so rigid, it became rule of the land, it became rigid, and if you marry someone from other caste, it is nonsense, it is wrong and all, creating trouble, all these things. So Swamiji is telling, it is a social institution, and this type of difference is there in every country. It is there in every country. Like either poor or rich, you are an official, you are a business person, you are a bureaucrat, and you are from the lineage of the kings and queens. So based on that, if you see in the Europe, old Europe, there were differentiations. Even today, if you see IS officers, IPS officers, IFS officers, VIPs, VVIPs, all these categories, even we see when we go to a big function, there is a VIP category, VVIP category, common people, patrons and all. So this type of differentiation, probably it is natural in the society. But only Swamiji says that the privileges was given exclusively to particular caste or particular community was not right. Swamiji tells very clearly, and he has given a beautiful lecture named Privilege. I think I asked people to study that, to read that more and more deeply, so that if you want more answers on this. So caste system, in spite of having its cruelty, it is one of the best systems Swamiji has told. It is not just mere statement. After studying the different types of social institutions in the West, he made them. And because of this, there was unnecessary competition was controlled. Now everyone wanted to become doctor, everyone wants to be engineer, or everyone wants to be IAS officer. In the earlier days, because of this casteism, the people were doing their own jobs, family business or whatever. So unnecessary competition was less there. Everyone were not becoming farmers, everyone are not becoming doctors or engineers. As a result, some harmony and equilibrium was maintained, more or less. I mean, not completely, but more or less. And the problem of unemployment also was comparatively less. Whether it was enough money making or not, again, it is a point of debate, no doubt. But at least the problem of unemployment was not there. And because of the unhealthy competition, lot of problems comes. But whereas in those things, it was not there. Though there were some problems, and Swamiji also tells, no doubt. But compared to the other societies, institutions, this system was much better. From that point, Swamiji is telling.
So that is, so here that caste is actually the swadharma, like that. Swadharmeni dhanam sya paradharma bhayavaho, like that.
Yes.
Swamiji, I'm Dr. Kali. Is it just appreciating that Chaturvarnashram which has been taken into the Gita, Swamiji, to avoid the cruel and heartless competition in the Europe what he is seeing? It is mitigated by that Chaturvarnashram what we are having. Mentioned in that Gita, like that, and we are following it in our society earlier. Same thing he wanted to mention it.
Yes, you are right. You are right, Ashwinda. Yeah.
Chaturvarnashram, there is opportunity who wants need not to be a Shudra or like that. He can be a Brahman also through his endeavor and through his trying. He also can break that where he is either Shudra or Kshatriya. He can be a Brahman also through his gaining knowledge and Swadhyaya.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, because I didn't go to all these things. Already all these things we have discussed in earlier classes. This Chaturvarnya, whether it is caste based or birth based or family based or occupation based or it is a nature based. Jati Brahmana, Guna Brahmana, Karma Brahmana, three types of people. Jati Vaishya, Karma Vaishya and Guna Vaishya. All these things I have discussed in earlier classes. So that's the reason I didn't go into all the details. But whatever you made a statement, yes, it was right. It was, I mean, correct understanding.
Okay. At this stage, the crowd becomes so unmanageable that the Swami could not make himself heard to advantage. He therefore ended his address with these words: Friends, I am very much pleased with your enthusiasm. It is marvelous. Do not think that I am displeased with you at all. I am, on the other hand, intensely pleased at the show of enthusiasm. That is what is required. Tremendous enthusiasm. Only make it permanent. Keep it up. Let not the fire die out. We want to work out great things in India. For that, I require your help. Such enthusiasm is necessary. It is impossible to hold this meeting any longer. I thank you very much for your kindness and enthusiastic welcome. In calm moments, we shall have better thoughts and ideas to exchange. Now, for the time, my friends, goodbye. It is impossible to address you on all sides. Therefore, you must content yourselves this evening with merely seeing me. I will reserve my speech for some other occasion. I thank you very much for your enthusiastic welcome. So here again, though there was chaos and so much crowd and everything, still Swamiji is praising the enthusiasm of the people to show up. That is the main thing.
Yeah. So you see the positive mindset of Swamiji. He didn't get annoyed, he didn't get angry or whatever he's telling, he's encouraging them. Okay, yes, there was a chaos, but he converted the chaos into a positive thing. So that, because there's a lot of enthusiasm, as a result, a lot of these things are happening, that's fine. It is nice to note this tremendous enthusiasm. But he's making a statement. Enthusiasm is very much required in the life. So please hold on to it and maintain it. Let it not die out. So this is an important life lesson for all of us. When we take initiation, for example, যখন আমরা দীক্ষা নাই খুব enthusiastic থাকি আমরা কিছুদিন আমরা ভালোভাবে ধ্যান করি কিন্তু পরে আমরা কথা বলি এটা হচ্ছে না এই আমক হচ্ছে না সময় নাই আমরা করতে পারবো না এই আমক I mean, this is a lifelong process. These are all ups and downs come for everyone's life. But somewhere the lack of enthusiasm is also can be a problem. Same thing in studies. Or learning, if you want to learn music, or if you want to go well in scriptures. When our devotees hear some inspiring lectures, we say, "Oh Swamiji, very nice, thank you. We would learn to Upanishads, read Upanishads, understand." I said, "All right, come, welcome." And then after hearing few classes, they say, "Oh Swami, it is too complex, too difficult." I said, "Yes, but you have to make a try. You have to go systematically. You have to make a homework." They say, "Oh Swami, I think it is difficult." So you have to study highest literature, means then you have to do a lot of preparations. There I think lack of enthusiasm comes into picture. Then some of us we drop, some of us we give excuses and reasons, only few will try to pursue it. So lack of enthusiasm is the most, which is one of the greatest factor in most of our life. Either in the materialistic life, success for materialistic life or spiritual life, enthusiasm is very much required. So it's a positive mindset, zest and other things. Whatever it may come, let me do, let me try, let me try. So enthusiasm is very important, and Swamiji is telling that very clearly. Please have it and make it permanent and let it not die out. My Gurudev is to tell, the day you join, whatever the mindset you have got, the same mindset if you can have till your death, then you'll be a Brahmagnani. When I heard that, I thought, it is how it is. Because every day I progress. I have to progress and I have to understand better about Thakur Swamiji, about order and other things. I have to be mature and I have to improve. I'm supposed to. Then if I've got same mindset, means there is no growth. How it is? Then after a few years, I could understand such a deep meaning is in statement. Means when you join, you are so fresh, you are so positive, you are so spirited. आज के नाम ले कल के ठाकुर के हमें दर्शन करबो ही करबो. ये भावे हमरा join करी, जब कोई मठे join करी. So you have to maintain that spirit, that enthusiasm. That's what our Gurudev had meant. So when we come to Thakur Swamiji, when we take Diksha, with so much positivity, enthusiasm we come. So if we can maintain with all ups and downs, success and failures, then we can reach the Thakur as soon as possible. So maintaining that enthusiasm is very, very important. But by the time that we go, we will see the problem comes is some ups and downs comes. When japa meditation is happening properly, nicely, we don't have problem. When things are not happening accordingly as we think, আমরা যেভাবে আলোচনা করেছিলাম এরকম হচ্ছে না, ও সময় আমাদের অসুবিধা হয়, ও সময় আমাদের এন্থুজিয়াজম চলে যায়। So this is a part of life. Ups and downs is a part of life. Yep, just like a water wave in the ocean, there will be ups and tides. উপরে যায় আর নিচে আসবে, উপরে যাবে নিচে আসবে। আমরা নিচে আসছি মানে ঠিক আছে, একটু নিচে আসছি, ভালো করে ধরতে হবে। এখন করলে জব ধ্যান আর পড়াশোনা প্রেয়ার এসব করে করে কি হবে, কিছুদিনের পরে আবার উপরে যাবো। So this positive mindset, this enthusiasm, we should keep it on. We should hold it on. Then the zest will be there. The lot of unnecessary struggles, unnecessary stress in the mind, and reactions will be reduced. Then we should keep on going. I think if you remember Sri Ramakrishna's story, beautiful story. একজন জিজ্ঞাসা করলো একজন তপস্বী নারদ মুনিকে, আচ্ছা তুমি তো বৈকুণ্ঠে যাচ্ছ, জিজ্ঞাসা করো কবে আমাকে ভগবান দর্শন হবে। ঠিক আছে, এরকম 3 জনের হলো। সো কিছুদিনের পরে নারদ আবার ফিরছে, ও প্রথম উপাসক জিজ্ঞাসা করছে, আচ্ছা তুমি বৈকুণ্ঠকে নারায়ণকে দেখেছিলে? হ্যাঁ। আচ্ছা আমার কবে দর্শন হবে? আচ্ছা তোমার হবে 2-3 জন্ম না 3-4 জন্মের পর। বলো তাহলে আমি কেন এসব ফালতু ঘর বাবা এসব ছেড়ে আমি কালি সব কিছু মানে কাচ্ছি না, খুব ভালো অস্টিরিটি এসব করছি, কেন এগুলো ফালতু করবো? তাহলে আমি let me go and enjoy the world, let me go and enjoy the world, then let me see after 2 or 3 lives. That means for him the spiritual life was a boredom, was a burdensome. If that is our mindset, we cannot progress in our spiritual life. So second man also was similar, once little, and the last fellow, when Narada came, by this time Narada was feeling very bad, because when the third asked, when Narayana said I will get his darshan, he said he was under a tamarind tree. I don't know how many of you have seen tamarind tree, tetuler gaj dekhle to tetuler pata khub choto choto choto, thousands of leaves will be there in the tamarind tree. So he said, as many leaves, so after so many birds, you will get Narayana darshan experience. Imagine if anyone tells me, if my Gurudev tells so many lives afterwards you'll get Thakur darshan means, then I said it is better to leave Thakur. But in his case, I'm happy that at least after so many lives I'll get. And he starts continuing his meditation as his prayers. Means for him, he was enjoying his spiritual practice. Whatever he was doing, japa, meditation or prayer, bhajan, he was enjoying it. As a result, he felt no problem. After thousands of years, at least I will get Narayana. Till then, I will be remembering Narayana. I'll be worshipping Narayana. So this attitude we should develop. But in no time, Lord appeared. Then Lord said, I was testing you. Means for him, spiritual practice was not boredom, was not cumbersome. আমাদেরকে সকালে উঠে বসার একটা বড় একটা তপস্যা হয়ে যায় অনেকের মধ্যে। কেন? We are not enjoying our spiritual life. The moment we enjoy our spiritual life, getting up early morning or sitting for japa meditation anytime will not be too difficult for us. So we should start enjoying the struggle. We should start enjoying our japa. We should start enjoying our meditation. We should start enjoying our bhajans also. Whether sometimes it is good, কিছুদিন ভালো হবে, কিছুদিন খারাপ হবে, কিছুদিন মন ভালো থাকে, কিছুদিন মন ভালো থাকে না, এসব থাকলেও আমরা প্রত্যেক দিন জপ ধ্যান করতে হবে, আর করার একটা আনন্দে আছে। So if you go on studying like this, after some years you will understand that we have gone so much further in our spiritual life. ঠাকুরের কাছে অনেক এগিয়ে গেছি আমরা, বুঝতে পারি না, এক এক দিনের মধ্যে বুঝতে পারি না। এক সপ্তাহের মধ্যে বুঝতে পারি না, এক মাসের মধ্যে অনেক সময় বুঝতে পারি না, কিন্তু কিছু বছরের পরে বুঝতে পারি। So the more and more we enjoy our spiritual life, the more and more we enjoy our struggles, it is better. That's what Swami is saying. We should maintain that enthusiasm. So, for an example, I keep saying that when we go to Mount Everest, we have to do a lot of preparations. Lot of preparations, you have to go for training and all. And going to Mount Everest is not that easy. Lack of oxygen problem, then height problem, biting cold, so many things. And you can't have everyday rasgulla, rasmalai, or malpounds and all. When you are going to Mount Everest, you have to have a minimum things which will maintain your body, that's all. So you have to sacrifice many things. And going journey is a tedious journey. But the moment I go and reach the top of the Mount Everest, I will feel so happy. This is what we all do. We all know that. Now, somehow I will go and reach the top of the mountain and I will reach my goal. This is one approach. And now I am struggling. I am preparing myself to reach the top of the mountain. And by every bit of my struggle, let me enjoy. Let me not be contented. Okay, আমি এত করেছি, আমি 100 ওয়াট জপ করছি, এটা থাক বাস। নো, এরকম নেই। ঠিক আছে, আজকে 100 ওয়াট করছি, কিছু দিনের মধ্যে এক মালা থেকে 2 মালা করতে হবে। I have to increase my japa, increase my quality, increase my quantity. We should keep thinking, no doubt. We should think always, no doubt. But we should also enjoy our struggles. আমরা যেভাবে কষ্ট করে মাউন্ট এভারেস্ট যাচ্ছি, এই কষ্টকে আমরা এনজয় করার জন্য এই মানসিক স্থিতি আমরা নির্মাণ করতে হবে। We should start developing, enjoying the struggles. বিশেষ করে যখন আমরা বাড়িতে আছি মানে স্ত্রীকে দেখতে হবে, পুরুষকে পতিকে দেখতে হবে, ছেলে মেয়েকে দেখতে হবে, অমুক তমুককে দেখতে হবে, এর মধ্যে আমি যোগদান করতে হবে। হে বাবা, এরকম আমাদের অনেক সময় লাগে, বটে নেই কিন্তু কিছু আর কোনো উপায় নেই। সেই জন্য এই অসুবিধার মধ্যেও ঠাকুর আমাকে বেঁচে রেখেছেন। ঠাকুরের জপ একটু করতে বলে আমার জীবন ধন্য হয় বলে এই পজিটিভ মাইন্ডসেট, enthusiasm we should develop. And the struggles we should start enjoying. Then struggles will not be a problem. The life will not be a boredom. Then we will reach आज के ना होले कल के ना होले परसों तो ठाकुर के देखने ही देखो निश्चय। So this enthusiasm has to be maintained. That's what we can see in Swamiji's life. From the day his father passed away till last his day, that where he left his body, if you see the entire life, it was with full of struggles. But it was always positive because he had maintained that enthusiasm. So may Swamiji bless all of us so that we can maintain this enthusiasm. And Swamiji makes one more interesting statement. In calm moments, we shall have better thoughts and ideas to exchange. So যখন আমাদের মন ভালো থাকে, আমরা ঠিকভাবে আলোচনা করতে পারি। So many times when our mind is getting disturbed, we should not take decisions. We should not think what is right and what is wrong. At that given point of time, we should let go things. When our mind becomes bit calm, then we should think what is the problem, what can be the solution, or what should I do, what should I not do, all these things. So calm mind is very, very important, and we should try to develop it. And for that, whatever is conducive, we should have it, and whatever is disturbing it, as much as possible, we should give them up. Then we can have a calm mind. I always say, happiness is a choice, a deliberate choice. One has to make it. It is not a natural phenomenon. It is not possible for us at given point of time. So happiness is a deliberate choice. One has to struggle. One has to strive for that to have it all the times. ঠিক আছে, ঠাকুর মাসানজি আমাদের সবকে ভালো রাখুক। এসব একটু জপ ধ্যান করতে করতে ওদের জীবন আর ওদের উপদেশ একটু ধ্যান করে ভালোভাবে মনুষ্য ভালো থাকবেন সবাই। জয় ঠাকুর, জয় মা, জয় স্বামীজি, জয় গুরুদেব।
থ্যাংক ইউ মহারাজ, খুব ভালো।
Our humble pranams to you, Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
So
Pranam Maharaj.
next class টা কবে হবে? Pranam Maharaj. Next class
ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಬಂಗಾಳಿ?
ಹಾ, ಬಂಗಾಳಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೌದು.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
It is in Kannada, my mother tongue.
Yes, but today you yourself
Deviated.
because of the most of the crowd were Bengalis. Yes.
Yeah, crowd I saw most of them, I think they are from Bengali.
It is not the crowd, it is the assembly of devotees.
Yeah, থ্যাংক ইউ। সো সেই জন্য আমি ভালো লাগে মাঝে মাঝে বাংলা বললে ওদেরও ভালো লাগে, বড় করতে পারে খালি ইংরেজি থাকে বলে মাঝে মাঝে।
বাংলায় বললে ভালো লাগে।
হ্যাঁ, Maharaj, when will be the next class?
Yeah, we can have on 11th.
11th.
Is it okay?
Thakur's Tithi Puja is on
19th.
19th. Okay.
Yeah, 15th Shivratri, 19th Thakur.
Okay, so 11th.
Namaskar, Sabaiki Namaskar.
So 11th February.
11th is convenient for all of you.
Yes.
Yes, Maharaj.
11th February, Wednesday, same time, 3:30 p.m. India time will be our next class on lectures from Colombo to Almora. And we will be starting the next lecture, which is my plan of campaign. So all of you can try to have the copy of the book either in Bengali or English, then it will be easier for you to follow the class. Right, Maharaj?
Thank you, Jai Thakur.
Okay. Pranam, Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.